welcome to Regina and Friends Crime Chat. Hey, Connie, it's good to see you. Very good to see you. So, as everyone knows, I've been covering the Jerrick Holder case and working um, with his mother, Miss Ashley, and his auntie, um, Desiree. But I've kind of been keeping a secret from everyone. I haven't just been talking with Jerrick's family since the interview. I have another very special guest with us. Um, would you like to say hello to everyone, Miss Chandrale?
Hi everyone, this is Miss Chantel Williams. I am Donald's mom.
And then also here with us, Miss Desiree. Would you like to give a shout out to everyone?
Hello, everybody, you beautiful ladies and gent. This is Desiree Kelly, new Jerry Holder's aunt.
And J for J, Miss Ashley. Would you like to say hello?
Hey everyone, this is Jerrick's mom.
So I've been kind of keeping it under tabs because we've been working in collaboration to send information off to the proper authorities, and we're trying to get the ball rolling on getting justice for both of these mothers' sons. And the reason it is so important to have Miss Chantel here with us tonight and Miss Ashley is because these two mothers were told that their sons killed each other. Chantel and Miss Ashley were told that their sons were the ones that shot and murdered each other. And you would think that having been told that both of your children killed each other, that these beautiful, amazing women would never come together for justice for their children. But that is exactly what happened. Um, y'all remember the interview we did with Miss Ashley? Um, Miss Chantrell, how would you like to tell Miss Chantel? I keep calling you Chantrell. I'm so sorry, Chantel. Um, would you like to tell everyone how you came into the discussion?
Yes, ma'am. I came in this discussion, Miss Ashley and yourself had did an interview. Um, my son and her son was supposedly killed each other. Um, and when I saw the interview, I'm like, she really took up for my son. Um, because it's hard to even come out and say anything about this. Um, yes, ma'am. Yeah. That's how I came collaborated with Miss Ashley. Y'all gotta excuse me.
And after you reach out to her, um, it's kind of been a little bit of a secret and kept under wraps until now. But we all came together and we sat down and we had a full meeting. And I asked both of you ladies to bring your full case files to compare to each other. Oh, we lost Desiree. She'll come back. There she is. We all met up and we started comparing your son's case files. Um, y'all were both told that there was one crime scene. Only whenever we started going over the the actual files and folders involving your sons, we started noticing different things that were in one case file and not in the other. But more important, well, equally important, we also discovered something else. Would you ladies like to explain to everyone what we discovered that was missing? Miss Chantrell, I'll let you start out and explain the story because it picks up where where the interview ended.
Um, oh, oh
Some
Lord.
boxes, the
Um,
boxes.
so I went and got my son's case file, the evidence box. Um, I start opening the packages. So I am thinking that I'm about to see my son's clothing that he got
Take your
got
time.
killed in. Um, but it wasn't his clothes.
It was my
Um,
baby's clothes.
I have Miss
Mm.
Ashley's son's jacket. I mean, well, uh, hoodie. Um, in my son's box. Um, how? How did they get in there? My son died in Tennessee. Her son died in Arkansas. So it was no need for any clothes to be in boxes. I have my
And
son's shoes.
And because just to clear up just to clear up any confusion about why your son's belongings came from Tennessee and why Donald's came from Arkansas was because would you like to explain the circumstances about how your son's belongings ended up in Tennessee, Miss Shondell?
Well, my son died in Tennessee, so his clothes should have been, in Tennessee. Um, Miss Ashley's son, um, died in Arkansas. Like I said, I have um in my son's evidence box her son's clothes, and she has my son clothes. So we just trying to figure out how did they do that? Like, how did y'all get it so mixed up? Like, I'm not understanding.
And that's something actually that we've documented along the way. Um, beside and let me just say you ladies have done so phenomenal of a job with documenting everything, but Miss Desiree, your son survived for a while and was actually treated in Memphis at the hospital, correct?
Nah, you mean Chantel?
Yes, Chantel, I don't know
I'm
why I said
sorry.
this. um I'll tell you what, let's do it like this. Chantel, start at the beginning about what happened the night you got the call.
Okay, so that night I came in. He wanted to use the truck to go see a young lady. Well, Brianna Holland. Um, to go see her. So, before he left, he hugged everybody and told everybody, he loved them. It's like that he knew he was gonna die or something. I'm not sure. Like it was just, but he wasn't gone but a hot minute. He's supposed to been going to see her. Um, she lured, him down and started hearing gunshots. I'm trying to call him. He's not answering. Then finally somebody answered the phone. Some girl answered the phone, and I'm like, "Why is you answering his phone?" And so after that, she told me where he was like Donald has been shot, and I'm like, where? She said Martin Luther King. So I got to my son. When I got there, he was in the ambulance. I was talking to the police officer, looking in my truck, trying to figure out what is going on because I'm trying to get to my son. My son was in the ambulance, so I did not get the chance to see him. The police told me that he would be at a hospital. So I'm like, what hospital? They said the hospital. Like I said, is he gonna be in Little Rock, Jonesboro, Memphis? Like I need to know. So I don't want to go to the wrong the wrong hospital, and my son is gone. So I just took the chance to go to Memphis. So we got there. Um, they wouldn't tell me nothing. He was listed as a John Doe. You know, they wouldn't tell me nothing. Finally, I got to see him. Then they called and let me know, he had been shot 7 times. Um, and he lived. He was fighting for 4 hours. My son, he fought for 4 hours, and I still didn't know what was going on. You know, until after he died.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I can't imagine I can't imagine losing one of my children, and um I'm not about to pretend that I could walk any mile in either of your ladies' shoes, but after looking over everything in your son's cases, there has been a huge injustice. Um, there's been an injustice in your son's names, and there's been an injustice because there's still murderers out on the street. And sadly, this is nothing new to Forest City, Arkansas, sadly. Um, and that's part of the reason, I'm trying to bring all of the families together, all of you together from Forest City, because this has happened in so many cases. But y'all came forward and you brought your son's cases to me, and the differences in even the evidence collection, and y'all recorded opening the evidence boxes that you were given as your son's belongings and everything, and y'all recorded all of that, and we're going to be uploading those videos. But um Miss Ashley, could you remember the live we did, the interview? You
Yes.
opened up your son's box.
Mm-hmm.
What they told you was your son's box. And Miss Chantel, when we met up, we had our little meeting, our secret meeting, and we all
Yes,
met
ma'am.
up to compare case files. You brought the box that they gave you of your son's belongings
Yep.
with you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you, Miss Ashley, correct me if I'm wrong, you ended up with Donald's boxer briefs that literally had a tag on them labeled Jerrick's.
That is correct. Right now, as we speak, I have Donald William clothes. Yes, I do.
Yes.
I have Chantel William baby's clothes right now,
Mhm.
and she has my baby's clothes.
And I do.
Yes. We found the red hoodie. Who would ever
Yes,
think who would ever think that they would be found?
and
Uh
Chantel, Donald Williams' mom, the one got killed with my baby. Mother got the red hoodie. That is
Crazy.
mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
It really is.
But we noticed something else too. Uh Miss Chantel, did we not, about the evidence box whenever you opened it inside the police department?
Um, it was already open.
Hmm.
When I went and picked it up. his they told me I couldn't open it up in the police station. Um, so I was I took a picture. It was already open, so it ain't supposed to be open, right?
Right. Um,
Uh,
not
it
without
was already
checking.
open.
Uh-huh.
It was an evidence box of my son. So why would it be open before I get it? And it's coming from Tennessee.
Hmm. And there were also articles missing as well. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I don't have my son's jacket, so windbreaker, Nike. Um, as you can see, I don't have his underwears, socks. I don't, I have his shoes.
Right.
Really,
And
they not ringing a bell to me, but
yeah. And we had spoken, Miss Ashley, about something involving Jerrick's hoodie, red hoodie, before uh, they ended up giving it to Chantel. Um, we discussed something about um, Jerrick's hoodie, that because there was a debate about him being shot inside of the car or outside of the car or at point blank range. Remember that?
Yes.
And whenever that, whenever Miss Chantel opened up that box and we seen the hoodie, did y'all notice anything about the entry point of the bullet?
Yes, it most definitely was a close up.
Yeah, we noticed the burnt marks on his sweater, the gunpowder residue on his sweater that was missing, that is still missing legally today because we don't have it.
Right. And none of the weapons allegedly that were used were recovered, right? Except for what, a 9 millimeter um that in the ballistics that were conveniently left out of Miss Ashley's report but put in uh Miss Chantel's report conveniently um are either inconclusive or negative. And then I'm going to pull this up and present it to everyone real quick. The reason it's so important is because um, in your case files, whenever we were looking over them and discussing them, we noticed something crazy. Like it really blew my mind, to be quite honest with you. And I know this is sideways, but you guys please bear with me. Okay. So these are on the top. You'll see the report that was given um Miss Chantrell to you. Miss Chantrell, listen to me. I still can't say it right, darn it.
that's
Miss
all right.
Chantel,
That's all right.
Miss Chantel, the report that was given to you on the shell casings collected at the crime scene, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Miss Ashley, on the bottom, this is what you were given from the crime scene report as the shell casings collected at the crime scene, right?
Correct.
Okay. And if you'll look, and this is pretty easy to point out here. If you'll look at the top one, there are two 23 caliber 9 millimeter Luger rounds. Okay, and then there are 5.56 45 millimeter caliber rounds. And the significance being in that is because they are saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but these reports say that Jerrick and Donald, that the shooting happened at the same crime scene, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
But these are two totally different evidence reports. One of them has only, and this is Miss Ashley's report right here at the bottom. And I have this whole case file. There are no whatsoever 45 rounds mentioned at all, as y'all can see, whatsoever in Miss Ashley's report. But if you look, here's Donald's report, right? If
Yes,
you'll
ma'am.
look on Donald's report, you can clearly see that there are 9 millimeter rounds, 45 millimeter rounds, and 223 Remy rounds, right?
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
So they're saying that your sons shot and killed each other, and they say that they were fist fighting by hand. We have that on a recording. The police officers saying that, right? That they were
Yes,
fist
ma'am.
fighting by hand. And we also know for a fact that Donald was shot with two different weapons, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So if him and Jerrick were fist fighting during the time of the incident, how was how was Jerrick throwing any punches using two weapons at the same time? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, that is
Yes,
so.
ma'am.
How are there two handguns being used by one person and one handgun being used by another person if they're fist fighting?
That's so sad.
How's that possible?
It's not.
And something else I would like to point out. Um, this is supposed to be the same crime scene and same case file, etc. And this is what was collected at one crime, the same crime scene supposedly. Why are these reports in different fonts and one of them has handwriting in the report and the other doesn't? Why does the one on the bottom look like it was printed up with Google Docs and the top one look like a legitimate report from the crime lab?
Lord have mercy. Jesus.
So, I'm sorry, ladies. I know this is really painful. Um,
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. I know it is. Um, there were other things that we happened to notice during the comparison of the case reports too. Um, but there was one thing that stood out in both cases that you both have, and those are there were warrants. There were actual warrants issued for individuals' arrest in your uh, son's cases, but the prosecutor refused to put them before a judge. Is that correct?
Correct.
Whenever there's clearly, go ahead, Miss Chantel.
Oh, I'm listening. You correct.
And there are clearly three weapons used. But Miss Ashley, you were only given information in your case file on Jerrick for two weapons.
Correct.
Okay. Hmm. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
No.
Doesn't make any sense. But there was also one thing missing from both of your son's hands. Would y'all like to tell our audience what was missing from both of your son's hands who allegedly shot
The,
each other?
The gun,
the gun
Gun
residue.
residue.
and then the gun that they supposed to be
The
killing each other
gun.
with because they didn't have
Yep.
none. Yes, they were shooting with air, magic bullet.
The police literally told you both that your sons shot each other and killed each other whenever there are three different casings at the crime scene. One mother was denied access to the information of three guns being used at the crime scene, and neither one of your sons had gunshot residue on their hands.
No,
No, ma'am.
And one thing that also stood out to me, Miss Chantel, um, about Donald's case in particular, was your son, as you said, he was going to meet up with the young lady, right?
Correct.
And I don't know if we could really. I see what you're getting at about the young lady part. I understand your hang up on that earlier. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
Um,
ma'am. That's yeah.
but he was going to get him some lovin's,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Um, when your son left that day, he wasn't speaking about guns. He
No,
was
ma'am.
speaking.
He was
He
going
was.
to meet. He was trying to go. He was going, like he said, going to see some cookies. He's trying to be a little boy. Well, a man. He was 19. So
Hmm. And you even sent me. You sent me the
some text message.
messages. Yes, I have them. And that's exactly what he was doing. He was trying to get him some lovin's, right? And
Correct.
the
That's
girl,
it.
the girl on the other end, that's what she was telling him that he was going to get some lovin's.
Right.
And they even discussed so much as the protection that was
The
needed for those
protection and
lovin's.
everything. Yep.
Right.
Going to get the
And
time. Yep.
uh-huh, uh-huh. How many guys have you ever met that took guns for that?
I don't know. No.
That's the last thing you're gonna think about protection whenever you're going to
Right.
get lovin's, right? I mean,
Correct.
um, but you also have a recording, um, Miss De- Miss Chantel. You have a
Yes,
recording
ma'am.
um of this
Of her.
lady of her, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you have that available? Can you pull that up? Is that
Um,
possible or will it kick you?
uh,
Bingo, Connie. Absolutely. It's corruption. It's corruption. And it's all coming out of the same place. While she's getting that ready, um, I want to elaborate a little bit on the evidence
I think I kind
boxes.
of. Let me see.
You're
I had to
fine.
break
Take
it
your time.
down. Um, I had to break it down. Let me see. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Can you hear it?
Yep. Can you can you replay that part right there, Miss Chantel?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a little low if there's any way you can turn the volume up because that is literally Bree Anna telling you she set your son up.
So I'm gonna stop it there because I have my, you know.
You're fine. You're fine. I think we heard enough. So tell us what happened with Brianna Chantel um after Donald's homicide. Tell us what happened with Chantel. I mean, not Chantel. I'm so sorry. Tell us what happened with Brianna um involving
So so
go ahead.
after he got killed, um, I was getting threatened. So I have text messages, phone calls threatening. I had to change my number, everything, because I'm trying to figure out why y'all mess with me? Why you threatening me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all took my son. Like, why you study bothering me? Like, you was watching me when I go to the police. So I got a protection order on her. She done broke it several times, but I mean, the police. Hey, I got text messages. I even got him calling from different phones. I go up there every time she calls and put paperwork on it. But did it help? No, it didn't. I did. She done called my mama phone. Like, I don't know how she got any of our numbers, but she would call and be threatening, call my job. I had to get paperwork on her at my job because you just doing the most. For what though? For what? Why you bothering me?
And with going on that aspect a little bit more, Miss Ashley, Jerrick was still a minor, correct?
Yes,
And how old was Brianna?
like 24, 25, and my baby
And
was 17.
he was 17. And didn't she didn't she come to both of you mothers saying a similar statement about your sons?
Yes, we got on recording as well saying that she set Donald up. She said, yeah, she did it. And she saying that um, one of the other suspects killed my son.
And that other suspect would be Nicholas, correct?
Yeah,
Yes. And there are police interviews of both of these individuals.
yes. They all got different statements for them to be right there at the same scene.
Mhm. So, Miss Chantel, whenever you were dealing with the police department during the investigation and stuff, were they telling you the entire time that Brianna and Nicholas were the killers, the shooters?
They kept telling me that they killed each other. Uh, hmm, hmm. When I would go to the police station, they would tell me that they killed each other. The case is closed. They killed each other. Like I don't, and I'm like, how did they kill each other? It's half of the time I come up there, y'all, they hollering at me like, did we just see you? No, you didn't just see me. You didn't just get a video. You didn't just do
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Thought that that was me coming up, you know, up there. But when I was coming up there, I was coming up there for all the threatening and just the everything that I was going through. No one know what I was going through.
Right.
Nobody. So I'm trying to protect my family over here. So it's just the point of fact. Like the case is closed. That's what they said. And I still didn't understand how they killed each other, and they was on a whole different street.
yeah. My baby died on
They they
Franklin.
they was they was on a whole. And mine he was still alive on Martin Luther King. So I mean, how did they?
Kill
How
each
did they
other.
fight? Like how did they fight? Like
Yeah.
how did they fight? How did they? Okay, so my family
Thank you
ran
know,
all the way to Franklin, and he done been shot 7 times. So how can
and
he be in two places at one? How can her son be in two places at one fighting? I mean, I'm not understanding.
my baby was shot one time in the heart, and it landed in his spine. It was in his autopsy report. It's saying that he was killed in a non-moving vehicle, which a non-moving car. So he was killed on the way to Franklin Street because he didn't live no, he lived less than 2 minutes, under 3 minutes. Um, and I had called the medical examiner office, and I got that because I asked her how long my baby would live, and she told me under 2 minutes. He want to live that long.
But whenever you got there, Miss Ashley, sadly, the night this all took place, you guys. Whenever you got there, Miss Ashley, um, was Nunu still? I mean, sorry, was Jerrick still alive?
Yeah, that's fine. You call him Nunu. Uh, n- um, yep, he waited on me to get there, and he waited on me to get there, and when I got there and I held his hand, he let go. So he waited till I made it.
Yeah.
And they went, it was so many people over there, like it was a movie, a circus or something. When nobody let me see my baby, when nobody trying to help my baby. It's like they wanted him to die.
mm, mm,
But he wouldn't have made it to the hospital no way. Because he lived under 2 minutes. Because it went straight through his heart. Because he was shot close range, sitting inside of a non-moving vehicle.
mm,
So
mm.
I was one of those suspects. I don't one of those suspects that was in the car because there was 5 people in that car. That he was in that they was in. It was 5 people in that car in that vehicle the night he got killed.
Mhm.
So,
And from what we've put together, from the crime lab, the autopsy reports, not only was he shot through the heart, which took his life within 2 minutes, but the bullet was also lodged in his spine.
yes, it was large. It was lodged in his spine. It went through his heart and his and it lay right there. It didn't go out. And so it went straight through his heart and landed in his spine.
Yeah, food.
And Miss Chantel, I know this is painful to talk about, and again, I'm so sorry for even asking y'all to rehash this, um, because I know it's painful. But Donald's injuries, um, he died from an injury to his artery in his leg, correct?
Correct.
He bled to death, correct?
Correct.
Uh-huh. What can I ask why they flew him to Memphis instead of the trauma region? Um, any of the trauma regions in Jonesboro or even Paragould, that could have treated his bleed out and saved his life.
I'm not sure why. Um, I'm not sure why because, like I said, he was fighting. My son was fighting. I didn't get the chance to see him. The last time I seen him was when he was at home. I didn't get the chance to see him in the ambulance or the hospital. I didn't see him till I had to identify him. Um, I don't know why they sent him to the med. Uh, I don't know. And he was talking. One of the officers said he was in there talking. He couldn't believe that he actually died because he was in there talking. He was just saying that he was in so much pain and he was holding by his groin, like he was in so much pain. So I feel as though like he shouldn't. He should still be here. Like he fought for 4 hours. He could have fought some more.
Yeah, his injuries were actually survivable.
Yeah, they was basically legs and arms, shoulder.
Um, Something else, Miss Chantel, about the night that this all happened. Did you originally show up on Martin Luther King or did you show up on Franklin?
Oh, I went straight to Martin Luther King
And
because
whenever
that's
you
that's where
where
go
Donald
ahead.
was,
That's where I was told he was at. Well, that's where he was at.
whenever you got uh when you got there, what
Hmm.
what did you notice going on? Like, what were the cops doing? Um, like, what were they doing during that time? Whenever you arrived at your son's crime scene,
It was one just telling me I can't go, past, and I'm like, shoot, this is my son. Um, the other one was I'm trying to explain to him like what's going on. Really didn't nobody wanted to talk to me. They was just telling me where to pick my truck up at because uh it was shot up. I couldn't touch nothing. I couldn't see my son because they was gonna fly him, airlift him. So basically, it wasn't no tape around. Like it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. Uh, and it was just the passenger side that was open. My son drove, so why was the passenger side open? And that's the only place a little blood was on the passenger side.
The
Again,
passenger
my son
side of
was driving, so I don't even understand how blood got on the passenger side.
wow. Wow, that makes even less sense. So you were already on the scene where Donald was at, and I know from reading the reports that while police were on scene for Donald's shooting, they got the call that
They
there
had
had
something
been.
they got a call. Yes, man. The guy that was doing my son's thing, he said he had to leave and go on Franklin because something else was happening on Franklin. I'm still shocked because I don't know what's going on, you know. So he left that scene and went on Franklin.
Hmm. And something else, this Brianna Holland, one of the people that there was actually, I have both case files right here. There were arrest warrants written up, but they were never signed by a judge because they were never presented to a judge. Um, y'all
Yeah,
both know a lot about Brianna Holland, and didn't she just get out of lockup for basically letting someone abuse a little kid that she tied up? Isn't that what the charges were?
Yeah.
What do y'all think the reason is? What do y'all think the reason is they're protecting Brianna and them?
I think she probably
I
worked
don't know.
on.
Look, I don't know because I didn't know who was what. Like I said, I was in Memphis, didn't know
Yeah.
who went to jail, who went to, who was involved. I didn't know till after the fact.
Didn't nobody go
I
to
didn't
jail.
even see. I didn't even see get the chance to if they did go to jail. I didn't even get the chance to even see nothing on the roster because, like I said, I was in Memphis, and by the time I made it from Memphis to here to Forest City, I I was lost. I until they start, until she started harassing me, threatening me.
And it didn't even make no sense, I'm sure, at that time being threatened by someone who had just been part of your
Yeah,
son's
yeah,
murder.
and then I didn't know who was who. Like I said, I didn't know who was who I needed to look for. I mean, I didn't know I didn't know nothing, you know. So just learning because it's about to be 3 years this year. So just by learning and looking at these case files, like it's crazy. And like I said, when
Take
I got that video, I went to the police station. I was at the police station when I got that video. So they heard everything. And she also was telling me to meet up at the Mustang corner. So, at the time, uh, the officer, she sent other officers to see if she was there. Like they heard this from day one. So,
Miss Ashley, what do you think? What do you think the reason is for them to protect Brianna? And do you think it has to do with the ankle monitor?
Yes, it's either ankle monitor, she working for him. It's just because they put the ankle monitors on there without a court order, without a judge signature as well. And we was going to court on just falsified charges. They just put it on them. They just violated his rights. I ain't get no juvenile officer. He didn't go to jail. He didn't have a bond. I didn't sign no paperwork. It was nothing.
I've been told by several people, um, and I have no verification on this, but soon enough, I've been told by several people that Brianna Holland is working as an informant. Have
Yeah, I heard that too.
you have heard that?
Yes.
I've heard that too. Like I said, I don't have any proof of that, whether or not it's absolutely true, but I have heard of it, and I have source very soon will be verifying or debunking that. But whenever you went um to the prosecuting attorney because they come back to you both, right? And they told y'all that your sons had killed each other. Whenever you went to the prosecuting attorney asking for the data from the ankle bracelet that would prove where Jerrick was during the time of the shooting, what were you told? What were you told about that ankle monitor?
He told me to be quiet, to shut up about it. I'm lose my audience if I don't leave it alone. They get like 5,000 cases a day, and it don't nothing happen with dealing with stuff like that.
Yeah. And this is actually what I'm finding to be quite common in Forest City, Arkansas.
Yes.
Very common in Forest City, Arkansas. Um and then Miss Chantel, I'm going to ask you because I know what they told Miss Ashley, but I was wondering, did they ever tell you what happened to the weapons from the crime scene?
No, ma'am.
They didn't tell you what happened?
No, ma'am. They did the weapons. They didn't tell me nothing about the weapons. Like I said, the only thing that they kept telling me that the case was closed. And when I asked about it, they say we working on it. We investigating, and that's it. Then I was supposed to go to court or something. And I talked to the prosecuting attorney, and I told him because I was in court. I never did court. I was in court, but I was at the wrong place. Didn't know I was at the wrong place. Um, Called the prosecuting attorney. He said, "Well, you missed it. They threw it out, so the case is closed." And I'm like, "Wow." So I call up to the secretary, to his secretary. She talked to me like I wasn't. Excuse me. She talked to me like I wasn't nobody. And I'm just trying to ask questions because, first of all, I'm not getting no kind of information about the case. It's just closed. And then when I asked, the officers, well, we still working on it. So is it closed or y'all still working on it? Like what is it? I guess they just wanted to tell me what I wanted to hear.
Right. Well, what's so confusing about both of the case files that you received, I'm sorry, and forgive me for being a broke record, but there are literally arrest warrants from the police department that were given to the prosecuting attorney. I mean, as bad as the case files that y'all received are in differences of the evidence of the crime scene and everything, this information that was given to y'all has arrest affidavits for homicide and conspiracy to commit homicide. But then all of the sudden, whenever Miss Ashley brings up the ankle monitor, these cops close your son's cases without doing anything else, and Michael Ladd does. They closed your son's cases and literally labeled both of your sons murderers, disgracing their name. How can you say someone shot someone else when there ain't no gunshot residue on their hands? I
Correct.
mean, I'm not I'm not the smartest person in the world, nor do I pretend to be. But the one thing I know for sure, 100%, is if I take out a pew pew and I shoot another person and fired from a handgun, there's going to be gunshot residue on my hand. That's a fact.
Correct.
Correct.
I've heard conversations between Miss Ashley and the police, and I've heard conversations between Miss Ashley and the prosecuting attorney. And the thing, and this is crazy, but the thing that I've seen that this all boils down to is that ankle bracelet. Whenever you brought up that ankle monitor, they closed the case. You lost your audience just like they threatened you, right, Miss Ashley? Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Right.
So,
So we got one person shot at close range. We've got the other one shot from a distance, by the way. Um, we've got no gunshot residue on either of your son's hands. We've got evidence that was tampered with and intentionally, um,
mishandled.
intentionally
Mishandled.
mishandled. And we
Mm-hmm.
have all of this documented.
Yeah.
Um, whenever you've gone to whenever you've gone to other sources for help, what have they said to you guys?
That they couldn't.
They couldn't do nothing.
They couldn't
I
do nothing. We went
the
to the
help
state.
went to the state. They didn't do
State.
nothing. They said,
They
well, they
didn't
don't
do
have enough
nothing.
evidence. Everybody we went to, they said, just told me to call. They said everybody that we went to, it like it scared them. Like they didn't want no
Right.
dealings. They didn't even want to tell us what. It was so
The
it's so
sources to
deep.
go get
They
help.
don't. Yeah, it's so deep. Like they trying to tell us just like take that they murdered your kids and go on. A lot of people said call the
No.
FBI, call the feds, but won't nobody help us. Like nobody. We went to the highs of the highs. We done did all the chain of command. We done did above and beyond. I done did above and beyond
Mm-hmm.
to know like it's like nothing. It's like nothing. Like nothing. And then I got we got evidence. Like we got hard proof evidence. We do. We we got it. We probably shouldn't have it, but we got it.
Every bit of it.
Right.
I've seen it with my own two
Right.
eyes. Yeah, I have it.
And it's
I
just
don't
sad.
have the actual evidence, but I've seen it.
It's sad,
I
just somebody just to rob your baby from their life. He still,
For what?
baby's
For
supposed to be
what?
alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can understand if they went out there, they did, and they was actually, he
Right.
was actually like that. But going around,
They wouldn't like it. Yeah.
it
It's
wasn't.
crazy.
I got text messages of him asking me to purchase him a gun because for protection, and I'm telling him you need to focus on school, and he's
Right.
my baby scared for his life.
You know?
Y'all heard that, right? This boy wasn't out here gang banging, doing illegal things. He went to his mother and asked her to help him get a gun legally to protect
Yep.
himself with. Are y'all
Yeah,
Yep.
hearing this?
Both parties.
and her son
Yes,
is
you
I asked mine. Was something going on? Did he get into it with anybody, or what's wrong? Somebody bothering you? No, mom. I just need this protection. Like
yeah.
Well, you know, hold on.
Yes, and
Ain't
I
never
asked my
asked for
same
no.
thing. And he
Ain't
was like,
never asked for this.
yeah, he was like, Mom, these people out here, they crashing out. They ain't got no mothers, they ain't got no
Mm-hmm.
dads, they ain't got no guys, they ain't got nobody that
Mm-hmm.
love him. Like my family love me. And I wasn't thinking nothing
Yep.
of it at the time.
Me neither. Oh Lord. Ooh.
But I wish I was.
Exactly.
It's almost as if in some way both of your sons knew what was fixing to happen. You
Right.
know what I mean?
I believe my son. You know, he felt it that night, like, cause he was so anxious. Like, Mom, I gotta go. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, mm,
Oh, we lost Miss Ashley. Are you still up here, Desiree?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Well, we'll see if she comes back up. It sounded like she had a baby getting a little wilded up. um, so we've been talking and stuff, and we are petitioning. Of course, y'all are not the only ones petitioning for what we're working on. Um, your son's cases have been closed. They have been labeled murderers. Your sons that were murdered.
Yes.
yeah.
And there are other cases coming out of the same area involving the same cops, the same kind of situations out of Forest City, Arkansas. And what we're hoping to do is to petition to meet with the governor. And of course, we've already, the communications are made with outside federal sources on this case. But what ultimately y'all are hoping to do is get your son's cases reopened and justice, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all we've been asking for
That's all
since
we
day
want
one.
is
Everybody
justice.
to be able to, live,
You
grieve. It's just
right. You can't
I
get no peace. Like,
feel
you can't
really
get no peace
I can't move on, you know, and I ain't gonna stop.
because it's hard losing a child to murder. You know, it's a feeling that I wouldn't wish on
I ain't gonna
nobody.
do it. Don't nobody know unless it's you.
But what would make it even especially harder is your child being murdered and labeled as a murderer in the same breath. I couldn't imagine.
That's that's
That's
that's
crazy. This you. Whew.
No gunshot residue on the hands. I mean, uh, two completely different case files of the same crime scene. Uh,
and then, three um her baby got shot with two different guns, and only one of them was tested for the bullets. The other bullets weren't even tested.
that's correct. I have the report right here.
I
It
mean,
doesn't make any sense.
I don't want to know what happened.
That's it. That's
That's
like,
it. I don't
what
know
was
what
the
happened.
reason? What I like? I just want to
What
know,
happened? Well,
like,
like what
why?
happened? Who really killed
What
my
what they
baby?
do exactly? Like, I need to know that
That's it.
they didn't kill each other.
No, they didn't.
They did not kill each other.
They didn't. They did the
No,
reports, the actual legitimate crime reports from the laboratory say as
They didn't
much.
kill. They don't kill. They didn't kill each other.
There's
yes,
absolutely no evidence to support that they shot each other.
it's not one,
It's
not even
not.
not one, not one, nothing, nothing. And you ain't gonna just tell me no anything. I ain't.
So ultimately, you guys, that are watching, the reason that these mothers have come forward with their stories is for justice for their sons. Considering the entire case file and now knowing what we know after comparing both case files, there were 3 weapons used,
but
3 weapons,
only two.
but only
Oh,
2 were on Miss Ashley's case file of the same crime scene.
Correct.
Make it make sense.
Well, my baby had 2 guns shooting at her baby. But I don't know how he had the guns in
I
his
don't know
hand.
how.
Two powder.
Right.
Didn't even fire a gun. And neither one of them have a gun in their hand. So how? How?
And the problem is once a case like this is closed, only then, and this is why we're you guys, and this is why we need y'all support in sharing this video and stuff out. As y'all know, I'm not monetized. I don't make money off of this. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to try to help families that have been done this level of injustice and
And you,
getting justice.
you genuine with helping us too. And I, and I just want to say thank
Very. Thank
you. You're
you.
very
Thank you.
genuine, and you treating it as if it was your kid, and
Right.
and that's rare for someone to have compassion for families like that. And we need more like
Correct. That's right.
you. And we thank you.
Something else we're going to be doing is I'm going to be writing up some petitions for the governor, and I will be putting those out under my post, under my YouTube channel on my post section. Um, and it will actually be a link because the thing is I've noticed something in all of the cases that you families have talked to me with about you know your loved ones is that the families are denied information while the investigation is still open. But then the case can be closed and it be so riddled with errors, discrepancies, and blatant lies. And once that case is closed by the state, it is almost impossible for a family to get that case reopened, to even get justice for their children, to even clear their loved ones' names. And well, the only way that we can really bring about any kind of change is by changing the laws that affect these cases. That's the only way we can do it. So even if it has to be written into law that families be gag ordered during an investigation, we have to be able to make sure that families get the information on their loved ones' cases, at least through an attorney or legal reasonings that can help them find the truth before the case is closed, or we have to change it so that it's easier for a family to submit case files and get their cases reopened. That is the ultimate goal. So I'll be putting petitions on my page, and I would appreciate each and every one of you who would take the time to click those petitions because these petitions will be put directly before the governor and hopefully even um, Pam Bondi, if everything goes right, right, the United States District Attorney, because these laws have to be changed. They have to be changed because, you guys, what if it was our kids? What if your child went out here and was murdered in cold blood, and after everything was said and done, you got a case file back that was completely different from the other parent, the other parent's child, Crime scene reports were different. You find out there was 3 guns used, not 2, and it's all being concealed. Why? Because of an ankle monitor that violated someone's civil rights. A parent can lose their entire audience and a case quit being investigated, and they can just say, "Oh, they did it. They killed each other." Who is that fair to? It's not fair to Chantel. It's not fair to Desiree. It's not fair to Miss Ashley. It's not fair to Jerrick. It's not fair to Donald. And it's not fair to mine or your children, because let me explain something to you. The person that actually killed them is still out on the streets walking free. She's holding little kids hostage and letting them be abused. Don't believe me? I'll make that in a post and show y'all how she just got out of jail for exactly that. Exactly that. It's not fair to anyone, Connie. Exactly. It's not fair to anyone at all. It's not fair to these mothers to not get any peace, to not have any truths, to have no one legitimate even tell them what's going on and deny them those truths just because they're afraid they're going to get in trouble. But this is something that's gone on with corruption out of St. Francis County. This is not the first case. They are protecting criminals, literally protecting criminals. Would y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Mhm.
And it's repeat offenders. But if you look at it, these repeat offenders and some and stuff, somewhere on the line are either related to a police officer or the lawyer's wife, or y'all know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So the laws have got to be changed. The laws have got to be changed to where you families, and it's not about giving information to the media and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about, you guys. What I'm talking about is family members deserve to have the right to be able to look over and investigate their children's or their loved ones' cases. And I'll even add a clause to that. If they are not suspects in their loved one's case, even if that information is given to those parents with a non disclosure agreement and to those family members with the non disclosure agreement, this kind of information cannot be withheld from these families anymore because it makes all of us a victim whenever it is. And now these case files, these poor murdered boys, you guys, their cases are closed. They're closed. There's a murderer still walking out on the street, and both these little boys, they're labeled as murderers for killing each other. That's how bad it is. That's how deep it is. So we're going to be setting up a civil protest. Uh, we're going to be setting up civil protest in Forest City. We are going to be standing outside of the courthouse with signs, peacefully demonstrating for justice for both Donald and for Jerrick. We don't have a specific date arranged just yet on that, but as soon as I have the specific date, um, we will be, I'll be posting that, the date of it, and I employ all of you to join in to help get justice for these families because, in all honesty, getting justice for these families is getting justice for your own too. And I implore you guys to join us and to help support these families because they're brave enough, even through being threatened with their lives, homes being shot at by these individuals. Okay. Even through all of this, these mothers have enough love for their children to come forward and to ask for the help. And y'all know me, y'all know I love me some Jesus. And God said, "Are you not your brother's keeper?" Did he not?
Mhm.
They absolutely have the right to know, Connie. They have the right to have their sons' names cleared. And the actual people that committed this horrible act of hate, to be taken off the streets before they can commit it on someone else's family. Oh, we lost Chantel.
She'll join back.
So yeah, she'll be back. Um, there she is. Welcome back, beautiful. So, I know that you ladies all have, children and everything else that you're taking care of, and we'll be doing a couple of more lives covering stuff a little more in depth with the files, because I don't have them. I have a little home Hewitt Packard scanner, printers, fax combo, and it doesn't scan them nearly as fast and upload them like I need it to. So I still have some of these files that I have to upload. Um, but we're gonna sit down and go over it individually and together, on these case files. And is there anything else that you wanted to add that stood out in any of this, or that you've come to understand since you've received the case file? And what are your where do you want this to go from here? We'll start with
I,
go ahead.
I want the case to reopen. I want to clear my baby name. He deserves, justice. Don't nobody, in the world deserve to die like that. Don't nobody deserve to get robbed from their life like that. I just want justice for my baby. I just want to know what happened. We get my baby back, but I just want to him. And you telling me that they killed each other. That didn't fly with me from day one. So I just want to know what
Me
happened to my
neither.
baby. I want this open. I want to know who killed him and why. Why?
Chantel.
I want justice for my son, for Donald. Um, I want to know what happened. Um, cause it's not like these was some bad kids. Like they was bad. They weren't no bad kids. Very
Wasn't
respectful.
wasn't bad
Like
at all.
I want to know why. I
I mean,
mean,
boys don't be
what was
boys.
you hate them? I mean, what was what was the reason? Like why?
It's-
Ooh, it's hard.
yeah,
We just want justice. We just want justice because y'all don't want justice for y'all kids. Like for real,
yeah.
when they just taken from you, they wasn't
It's
sick. They wasn't none of that. They was taken.
that's a horrible
They was
pain. That's
like
horrible.
that. They was it was taken from us like young. He had a life to live. What was what was so painful or so like why?
Yes. Why? Why?
We gotta live with this for the rest of our life.
Yes.
This pain and hurt, cause it's crazy. The pain is go. Ooh,
It'll never go away. You know, it seems like it never get easy. You know, especially been lied to that long. It's
right.
just it's
You just cope with it, but you live
like
with
a
this
night
every day.
every day, and you just pray to God that you know skip a night because it's
That's
It's a
right.
horrible feeling.
You can't sleep because you see your baby. Man, look. Oh.
Holy.
I
Mhm.
wish.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry, ladies.
Mhm.
I wish that there was some way that I could just give you both of your sons back.
I
If
wish
if
it was
I
a way to,
Me too.
but
I
But I guess you know they had to pay the way, so you know for others, so they wouldn't end up like this, or you know get missed wrong, because it's just so many cases. I know you know this just gonna shine a light for others because there's so many cases out there just like this. We just don't know about it.
and his parents they scared to come out, because my situation, they threatened everything. So I understand.
I can't give you your sons back, but what I can do is I can give you a platform and a way to put your son's story out there and to
You,
get attention, hopefully, from the right people who can help you in this situation, um, and petition for that, like we're already working on. Um, I can't promise anything, but what I can promise is that I will continue to do everything that I can to try to help you ladies get justice.
we
And
lost
Jerrick,
we lost Ashley.
well,
Yeah, we lost Ashley.
bless her heart. I think she's, you know what I mean.
She got it.
Yeah,
Yes,
can't
ma'am.
handle it.
Yes, ma'am. She
I
we
know.
we know.
Yeah.
We got it.
So this week I'm going to be releasing the series of videos that we recorded whenever we all met up and the evidence boxes and everything so that you can all see for yourselves the injustice that has been done in this case. Um, and um, I would also petition my listeners um, to call the government, call the governor's office, call the FBI, report this. Because here's the whole thing: one person, two people calling, they aren't paying attention. But when
No,
we all come together,
they just told me
Mhm.
they got my stuff down. They got my information. I called, you know, several times for my nephew. I called.
yep, when enough people start calling, they can't ignore it anymore whenever they aren't getting any other phone calls through, right?
Right.
So they have to pay attention to it whenever it's being blasted at them 24/7. So that's what we got to do, but we'll do it, ladies. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. So, like I said, you guys, please share this video and help get these family stories out there because only through awareness can we bring change. That's the only way because we've got our hands tied behind our back, literally fighting a corrupt system, literally fighting a corrupt system. And we're not done with Forest City yet. Um, so everyone knows what's going on. Um, I have six, not one, not two, not three, six families out of Forest City, Arkansas, who are experiencing similar behaviors, case files being corrupted, evidence being switched or tampered with out of Forest City, Arkansas. Six cases, and here's the part that's really going to top it all off for you, that started the year following all of the law enforcement agencies getting either a new police chief or sheriff. Is that incorrect, ladies?
Yeah, well, I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about. When they became.
Oh yeah.
In the past 4 years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
In the past 4 years.
Yes.
yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah.
Yep.
Mm, mm.
And one of actually, the funny thing is, we were talking the other day, and this is all tied together in Arkansas. Is the crazy part? Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Um, these cops all come from the same police academies and stuff, like and are tied together in other counties too. But six cases specifically out of Forest City, Arkansas, including Troy Stroke, Jerrick, and Donald. And I can't list my other cases just yet because we have to keep this under wraps. um, I'm not gonna lie, and you ladies have told me this too. This is dangerous stuff that I'm covering.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, I've had several families ask me if I have life insurance because I'm going to come up missing for covering these cases. Um, I know better because I trust God. Um,
Mhm.
That's right.
and
Amen.
he's the one that's put it
You
on my
got the
heart.
money to say.
Yep. He's the one that's put it on my heart and put y'all before me. And y'all came to me through Troy's family, um,
Ye-
through Miss Mary. Yep.
Yes.
Miss Ashley did. And then Miss Chantel, you went to Miss Ashley when you saw the interview I did with her,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you came to me. But we have three other families as well, and I just don't understand. Like certain things, whenever you look at the video from uh, the car where Jerrick was, the cops are not even taping off the crime scene and stuff. They're letting random people get in and out of the vehicle on the driver's
Ye-
side.
Everybody
Mm,
but the everybody mother.
mm, mm,
And there is a point, you can say a few things with multiple cases. You could say something like, oh, maybe they're just incompetent, right? But they intentionally gave you a false crime scene report, Miss Ashley.
She ain't on here, but yeah.
Oh, Miss Desiree,
Yeah, I know.
um, they gave y'all a fake crime scene report.
Yeah.
And Miss Chantel, they gave you Donald's clothes because they never. I mean, they gave you um Jerrick's clothes because they never in a million years dreamed that you
that
two
I was
mothers,
coming for his stuff.
right, or that you two mothers would ever talk about it because y'all were they thought they had y'all convinced your sons killed each other.
Right. I guess they wanted us to not like each other or something. I'm
To
not
be able
sure.
by them
You
telling us
know,
they killed them to be
right.
able
Like I was supposed to not like her, but I mean, I'm not that type of person anyway. So,
and we
but I
not need
know that they didn't
not,
kill each other. So I knew right then and there. Nah,
yeah, we not that type of people neither. We don't mess with nobody. Stay in our own lane.
Yeah. Well, the way that you families have come together, even though they would have had you animosity between you, the way you families have come together to overcome all of this out of love for for Jerrick and Donald is amazing, and I applaud you for that. I applaud you. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, we want justice for our loved ones.
We want
That
justice for that's right. And we have to come together.
hurt. People,
Woo.
you know, some days, you be depressed and you don't even know, why
You don't
depressed.
even know,
It takes a
baby,
toll.
it'll hit you in a minute. Like, and they don't even be on your mind, but your kids hit your mind. Oh my God. You can feel your kids.
Like you go through a whole
Even
mental breakdown.
they don't understand. Like I can feel you when I lost my son, you can feel him. Like I can oh my God. You you won't
Every
even
time
understand if you ain't even in my shoes. Like
I
you feel you done birth your kids. They part of you. You feel every inch of them.
yeah,
It's a feeling you
absolutely.
won't never understand unless you going through
that's a bad pain.
it. Man, the worst pain ever.
My sisters, to go
And
through
it's
something
hard.
like that's
It's hard.
horrible, man. Like not just my whole family. My mom, my dad, all her
Like
siblings,
everybody,
all her siblings.
they did something.
But that hurts.
They did something to our family. Our family ain't been the same since. Like
No, no, ain't none of us been the same since. I mean,
never
it just
ain't been
it
the
hurts.
same.
That's a different type of pain.
It is. I block
When
myself from everybody.
yeah, when you going to
Mm.
sleep and you think you done sleeping for 8 hours and you wake up, you don't sleep for an hour. That hurt.
An hour, 30 minutes. Like, dang, I thought I was asleep.
You don't even know what your body going through.
Stay up all night. Just mm, can't sleep on nobody.
It's crazy.
That pain.
And I hate that. I hate that to happen. I hate it to happen.
Mm.
But I'm gonna stand beside my sister. I'm gonna fight to the end. I don't care. Baby,
My
God
son,
gonna I'm gonna follow.
my
And
son
so
got me.
can't nobody stop him. They gotta go through him to get to me.
That's right.
And I don't think they want war with him.
Not with God, baby. Mm.
You know, a lot of prayers have already been answered. Um, whenever it comes to both sides, to both of to in this case, a lot of prayers have already been answered. Just in the fact that, first of all, y'all had enough love in your hearts to come together. Second of all, um, they were foolish enough. They were foolish enough to give you completely different crime scene reports from the same crime scene. Um, third of all, they were
Mhm.
foolish enough to assume that y'all would never speak to each other after telling you each that your sons killed each other. So that the
Right.
evidence being completely misplaced, they would have been like, "Oh, well, we don't know what happened to it." And neither one of you would have known to even come together to compare it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Correct.
Those are all answered prayers from God. Um, that's
Yeah.
literally me and Miss
Say that.
Ashley. We prayed for these things, and God has answered. So I do know and trust with all my heart that God
Amen.
is going to turn this around completely.
Yeah. See, I already turned it around. Already turned
Yeah.
around.
He already has turned it around. He already
Yeah,
has turned it around.
done.
Hmm.
Yep. Also, while we're here, um, if any other creators, if any other creators would like to cover this story, um, the families have given me full permission. They're both here with us right now. Have given me full permission to give the case files uh, to other creators to cover this story and to put you in contact with them. That is the best way. That is the best way to get their story out there and ignite the public to cause change because that's what we need, you guys. And
Yeah.
y'all know how to hit me up. My email address because I do have other creators that um, I I um, I associate with that are very good people. Um, I know that some of them might want to hear what you have to say as well. So be expecting to get some phone calls, lady. I have two people I already know. So two other creators, and we're gonna get those letters out to the governor this week. And we're going to get the rest of the files uploaded and sent to the non Arkansas FBI field office. So, and is there anything else that you ladies would like to say before we get off here? I don't want to keep y'all all night because I know you work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's it. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for helping us, and you're the best.
We just want justice.
Oh,
Yeah, we
You
just want
are the
justice.
best.
J for J, justice for Jerry, justice for Donald.
Donald.
hashtag justice for Donald. Hashtag justice for Jerrick.
Amen.
Make it a thing, you guys. I know y'all can. So. I'm talking to my peeps out there watching. Y'all know who you are. um, Ladies, I can't thank you enough for coming on here and telling your son's stories. I know that it is painful to have to relive all of this. Um,
Yeah,
I know it is,
very.
and I'm so sorry. I wish I could take that away from you and give you your sons back, but I can't. Like I said, the only thing I can do is help bring awareness and help give y'all the resources to reach out to people that might be able to help, you know, and that's I'm here for the same reason, justice, because what they will do to one of us, what they will do to the least of us, they will do to all of us. It could be mine or your child next. It's got to be stopped. It's got to be stopped.
Yeah.
Very.
So thank you again, Miss Chantrell. Thank you, Desiree. Give Miss Ashley a hug for me. I know
I,
she's probably crying, girl.
Yes,
Go get
ma'am.
her. Go
yeah,
get her and
she.
check
Yeah,
on her.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, I get it together.
Yeah.
I,
I
for
know.
my man,
If
I
I
really.
gotta come
Yeah,
down there
she.
this week, y'all, if y'all need me, Miss Chantrell or Miss Desiree, if Ashley or you need me, y'all already know y'all got my number and you know I'll come.
Oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you okay, Miss Chantel?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
You sure? All right.
You know, I just, I have to be strong. You know, for both of us. Like for real. It's yeah,
I really do hate that, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because when one down, the other one got to, lift the other one up. We have to, because I know her
What?
pain.
Yes. Yes. And like I said, it really, y'all. The way you two have come together, even though your sons are being accused of murdering each other, the way you two have come together for truth and justice for your sons, even in the face of complete adversary, your lives being threatened and everything, to find out the truth out of the love you have for your sons. Man, that is, it's bittersweet, but it's also so beautiful to witness that level of humanity,
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
to
Yes,
witness
ma'am.
that level of love. So I
Yeah.
thank you. I thank you. Y'all have my phone number, Miss Chantel.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
you have my number. You know you can call me at any time too, right?
Yes, ma'am. I know.
Okay. I'm here for you too.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Okay.
can ask Miss Desiree if even if you just want to call and chew on someone's
Oh
ear
yeah.
for 30 minutes because you're mad. I'm
Yes.
there.
I know.
She's ready.
So
I
let's do it
know.
together, ladies, and stay focused and let's get justice for all of you families.
Yes.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
God bless you, Chantel. God bless
God
you,
bless you too.
Desiree.
God bless you too.
My prayers are with you always. And I'll give you ladies a call. Y'all can of course always call me tonight, but y'all know you can call me tomorrow too. You got my number, so I'm here. I
Okay.
will I will give you both a call tomorrow though, so we can go over dictating the rest of these letters to the governor.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. God bless, ladies.
God bless you
God
too.
bless you too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, so Miss Sean, oh, I didn't kick you. I just pulled you down. So for those of you that are just coming in, that was Chantel Williams, and that was Desiree Jerrick, and of course Miss Ashley had to drop after it got too emotional for her. Um, Ashley is Jerrick Holder's mother. Uh, Jerrick Holder and Donald Williams were murdered. They were murdered. And the thing is they said that they murdered each other. The parents have been given false reports on their son's crime scene. They were given separate reports. The report given to Ashley completely withholds certain rounds that were even on the crime scene that were on the same paperwork as Donald's. They aren't there on Miss Ashley's. Documents were falsified. Evidence has been tampered with. We have proof of it all. You'll see it in the videos being released this week. Boxes that were never supposed to be cut, the seal on, the evidence seal, were cut. There was fresh evidence tape put on, but the chain of custody was broken. How can how can there be two murder victims killing each other with three guns? How is that possible? It's not. Sadly, we live in a world where these cases, once they're closed, are so hard to reopen for these families. And sadly, whenever the person that is committing these crimes is not held accountable, well, that just creates more victims. That just creates more victims because why? The person that committed the murder is right back out there on the street. And that makes a victim out of all of us. That makes a victim of all of us. The only way to change it is to expose it and go about the best way possible, as civilly but as strong as a community together and speak up for these injustices. I don't ask for money here on my channel. I don't ask for attention. It's not about me. It's about justice and it's about these families. So I'm not going to be like other content creators and sit here and ask you to send me money for this or ask you to pay me or give me attention. But I will ask you this. Please share this video. Comment on this video when you share it and let people know what it's about and why it needs the attention brought to it. Because there are two mothers whose sons were murdered. Two mothers whose sons were murdered in cold blood. But there's so much corruption going on that they were given completely different reports of the same crime scene. So much corruption going on that the cops say these boys shot each other. There's no gunshot residue on their hands. No gunshot residue whatsoever. So, what I ask of you is to share this stream. If you know content creators that handle corruption or anything like that, have them contact me. I will give them the evidence, all of it. I will give them the files, all of them. I'll give them the videos of the evidence boxes, the phone calls, everything. I'm not going to ask for even acknowledgement. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get these stories out there because the only way to change it is to bring awareness. So I ask you, please share this video and help bring attention to these families' cases, to Jerrick and Donald's family. That's all I ask of y'all. That's all I want. Help get justice for these families because by getting justice for these families, we're getting justice for our own families. Thank you all for being here so much. Um, I'm sorry that I wasn't talking too much and reading comments when we were live, um, but I would like to address some of the lovely people that are here with us. Robat, it's always a blessing to see you. I've lost my voice if y'all can't tell. I'm so sorry. Miss Connie, my most wonderful, most loyal mod in the whole world, whom I adore. Thank you so much for being here and helping keep my chat and my channel a safe place. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I would also like to thank Lot Harris, my rogue moderator. My rogue moderator. I love him. He is the best troll I have ever met. Um, love his method. He is so funny. Um, and we have, it looks like Lauren. It is so good to see you again, too. Thank you for showing up, you guys. I greatly appreciate it. Um, like I said, I don't ask for anything but for you to share the stream. And if you know other content creators that would be interested in picking up this story, um, absolutely share this with them. Put them in touch. I'll give them everything they need to cover it from their own perspective. Um, because like I said, it's just about awareness and bringing change through awareness. I will keep you guys updated on the petitioning we're going to be doing. Peaceful protesting. Um, and I don't mean Bullhorn Betty style. I don't play that crap. Okay, not at all. But an actual peaceful protest where we will be out in front of the courthouse, which also happens to have the, police and sheriff's department or whatever, and We're gonna, hold some signs up and try to see if we can't get enough people out there to stand and protest and call out for justice. Hey, Eddie. I didn't know that was you. It's good to see you. Thank you, Lala Lauren. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Um, you're each and every one a true blessing. I appreciate you. And with that said, you guys, lock your windows and doors. It's a crazy, crazy world out here. Kindness is free, and hate costs us so much whenever love is absolutely free. Be kind to one another. And in the wonderful, amazing words of Crystal, aka What is True, share a smile and save a life. You never know. The life you save might just be your own. And with that said, you guys, thank you for being here. Hit that thumbs up and share. It helps get the stories out there. I appreciate you and good night.